Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. My name is Daryl Ham. This is Getting to Know Blackboard. It's presented by the Academic Advancement and Support Group, and this is a part of the Digital Literacy Program. Blackboard is a learning management system. It's used on and off campus for our courses and certificate programs. It offers a lot of convenience and flexibility. It lets the instructors manage their course materials online where they're immediately available to students. And it allows instructors to post documents, make announcements, send emails, and create online assessments. Students can also access course documents, send files to their instructors, and access grades directly. Also, your course materials are available 24/7 from anywhere you have internet access, and that allows you to learn when and where you like. Some of the key features of Blackboard, multimedia content lets the students enjoy access to course materials that are designed to enhance their learning experience. And this includes video lectures and audio assignments. Live interaction and communication allows the students to engage in video and chat sessions with instructors and classmates, and it lets you stay in touch through email, discussion boards, and blogs. With the advanced quiz and survey tools, your instructors can create practice tests and they can gather student feedback online. And the easy document sharing allows you to upload files with just a few clicks. Today, we're going to cover logging in, navigating attendance, locating your syllabus, submitting assignments, posting to discussion boards, taking a test, and emailing your professors or classmates. To log in, you would go to Greenville Tech's main page, www.gvltec.edu, and there you would see at the top something that says Student Login. You'll click on that, and then you'll select Blackboard. A window is going to come up, and you'll see one of the choices as being Blackboard. You'll click on that link, and it may ask you to log in again. That's the same username and password that you used for GTC for me that you'll use for Blackboard. Once you're logged in, there's a few different areas. I'm going to show you a couple of them and explain what you do with them. The first one is the course-to-course navigation icon. This allows you to access your other courses you're enrolled in with one easy click instead of having to click back or hit the back arrow or go to the home and then come back to it. You can just hit the drop down there at the course-to-course navigation icon. And let's say you're working on math and you want to go to English. You click there, you select English, and it takes you directly there. The next thing we're going to look at is the breadcrumbs there with the letter B. It lets you access previous pages that you recently visited. So in this example, you can see that I started with the Blackboard Playground, then I went to discussion boards, and then I went to forum, Blackboard tips and tricks. So if I wanted to go directly back out to the playground, I could click on that link in the breadcrumbs, or if I wanted to go to the discussion board, I could click on that link and go directly there. So it gives you some navigation assistance. The next thing is the course menu. This is the access point for all of your course content. And then once you select something with your course content, it's going to show up in the content frame. It's the large area of the screen next to the course menu, and it displays your selected content area, your tool, your module page, or your material. After that, we have what's called an action bar. It's the row at the top of a content frame that contains page level actions, such as subscribe or search and discussions. So you see in this example there in the action bar that you can either create a thread or subscribe. So those are some examples of things you can do in the action bar. Also, we have menus. This is an option menu icon that appears for components with menus such as a thread and discussions. So anytime you see that little drop down arrow, that means that there is a menu there with different options. In this specific example, you can see two of the options are set flag and clear flag. In discussion boards, if someone has written something and you want to remember to come back to it, an easy way to do that is to hit the drop down and select set flag, and that will put a little flag beside that discussion. That way, when you come back to it, you can navigate to it quickly and you won't have to look around for it. The next thing we're going to discuss is attendance. To be counted present, you must complete and submit your items by midnight on Sunday to indicate you've attended the class during the previous week. This is especially important during the summer semester because you can be dropped from a class if you miss a certain percentage of classes. And this is done automatically. The way that instructors take roll is that you have submitted something. It doesn't matter if you've been on Blackboard for 20 hours that week. If you don't submit your assignment, you may not be counted present. So be sure that you're submitting your assignments before midnight on Sunday. And if you're going to be late submitting them, please speak to your instructor so that you can be counted present for that week. The next thing is a syllabus. In the course menu, you'll notice course syllabus and information. All of your classes should look very similar in your course menu. So when you're looking for your syllabus, that's where you're going to look for it at in your course menu. I suggest that when you begin your semester that you go through each of your syllabuses and make sure that you have contact information for your instructor, that your exam dates don't conflict, and that you have all the information and resources available to you. Next, when you're looking for assignments, they should be there in the course menu as well. So when you're looking for homework, for tests, or things like that, you're going to look over in your course menu. Next, we're going to look at a short video about how to submit assignments in Ultra.
The process for submitting your work on an assignment is easy. Let's take a look. First, access your assignment. You can access assignments from the activity stream, in the calendar under due dates, and from the course content page. When you access an assignment, the Details and Information panel appears. You can see the due date, number of attempts allowed, the time limit if imposed, and possibly goals. To begin an untimed assignment, select View Assessment. To begin a timed assessment, select Start Attempt. You'll receive a pop-up window to start the timer before you can access the assignment. When you open an assignment, you're informed if your submission is set to be graded anonymously. If so, don't include any personal information in your submission, such as your name. If your instructor enabled class conversations for the assignment, you can discuss with your instructor and classmates. You can ask for help, share resources, or answer questions others have. The assignment may include automatically graded questions, such as multiple choice or true-false questions, or open-ended essay questions. Your instructor may also provide instructions and attach files that you need to read or use to complete an assignment. Select Add Content to access the editor and begin adding your submission content. You can add content directly in the editor and use the options to format text and embed images. You can also attach files from your computer or cloud storage. Only your instructor can view the content you add here. If you're not yet ready to submit your assignment, select Save and Close to save your work and continue later. Your text, comments, and files are saved on the page. When you return, you can resume working. If you are finished and ready for your instructor to grade your work, select Submit.
An important thing to remember with assignments and tests is to verify whether or not they're timed. With timed assignment and test, if you start the test, if it's a 30-minute test or a 60-minute test or assignment, once you start the assignment, you have that much time to finish it before it will self-submit. So make sure if you're going to do an assignment or a test that's timed, that you have the time set aside where you won't be distracted. Next, we're going to talk about discussion boards.
Discussions provide a place for you, your classmates, and your instructor to explore course concepts and engage in meaningful online discussion. Let's take a look. To access course discussions, select the Discussions icon on your course's navigation bar. Discussions can also appear alongside other course materials on the course content page. Your instructor may organize discussions into folders. Your instructor may also allow you to create a new discussion. If so, you will see the Add Discussion icon at the top of the page. Select the plus, and then add discussion to start a new topic, or select a discussion title to participate in an existing one. Your instructor may require you to respond to the discussion prompt before you can read other responses and replies. By hiding your classmates' responses before you respond, your instructor is encouraging you to post an original response without the influence of your peers. If you see grading information in the discussion details, your participation counts for a grade. Your instructor assigns a grade for your participation as a whole, not for each individual post. If your instructor associated a rubric with the discussion, select "This item is graded with the rubric" to display more information. You can view the grading criteria before you answer the prompt. Add content and use the options in the editor to format your text and embed images. You can also attach files from your computer or cloud storage. If you're not ready to post your response, you can select Save Draft to save your work and continue later. Your text and files are saved on the page, and when you return, you can resume working. When you are finished and ready for others to see, select Respond. And finally, you can select Reply to respond directly to another participant, and you can use Find Participants to locate a specific classmate's responses.
Next, we're going to look at a short video on how to take tests.
You can find tests in any content area, learning module, lesson plan, or folder. Your instructor lets you know when a test is available and where to find it in your course. Let's take a look. Read the test instructions carefully to find out if the test is timed, whether or not it submits automatically when the time is up, if you're allowed to save and resume later, and if you can retake it. Select Begin to start the test. Don't refresh the page, close the window, or use the browser's back button while taking the test. If you have problems during the test, contact your instructor immediately. Not all tests are timed. If the test is timed, the timer starts once you select Begin. The timer status bar keeps you updated on the time left. The system keeps track of the questions you have completed so you don't miss any, and automatically saves your answers. You can also select Save Answer next to each question, or Save All Answers as you work. If your instructor permits, you can select Save All Answers, exit the test without submitting, and return to finish it later. For timed tests, it is important to know that if you save your answers and exit the test without submitting, the timer continues to run. To complete the test and send it to your instructor for grading, select Save and Submit. Tests with manually graded questions such as essays are not available until your instructor grades those questions. Your instructor decides how much information appears here when your grade is available. After your instructor posts your grade, you can return to the test to view your grade and any feedback your instructor included.
Next, we're going to look at an email
with the
about
Ultra
contacting
experience,
instructor.
you can access messages for all of your courses in one location. Let's take a look. You can access messages for both original and Ultra courses on the Messages page. First, let's take a look at how a message in an original course appears. Now, let's take a look at a message in an Ultra course. In both course views, you can easily send a reply. To send a new message, select the New Message icon. In the original course view, select To. A list of all course members appears. In the first box, select the recipients and select the right pointing arrow to move them to the recipients box. In the Ultra course view, begin typing and recipient names pop up. Additionally, you have the ability to send an email copy to recipients who have associated an email address with their account. If you need to clean up your messages, simply delete any messages you don't need anymore. For original course view messages, you need to open the message to access the delete action. For Ultra course view messages, point to the delete icon and delete the message.
There are some additional resources available in case there's some questions you may have while you're using Blackboard. If you look in the course menu there at the bottom, it says Student Resources. Once you select that, it's going to take you to a page where you'll see Blackboard FAQs, or frequently asked questions. When you select that, it's going to take you to a page that has several videos that are available to you, some of the ones that we looked at today. There's also 2 links that are available there at the top of the page. Blackboard has their own student help page for college students using Blackboard. And they also have a YouTube channel that features several videos for college students using Blackboard as well. Additionally, a free version of Microsoft Office 365 is available to students. To access it, you need to go to portal.office.com and you'll enter your email address as your username and your Blackboard and GTC for Me password as the password. And as long as you're a student, you'll have access to the Microsoft Office 365, which is an online version. So anytime you have internet access, you'll be able to go there and work on your documents. Also, it has cloud storage available as well, which is another good perk to have. Do you have any additional questions? Anything I didn't cover for you today? Okay. Well, if you ever do have any questions, please feel free to come by any of the computer labs that are associated with the libraries. Anyone that's working should be able to sit down with you and help you walk through the basics of Blackboard and answer any questions that you have. Thanks for participating in this digital literacy learning module, and glad to have you. Have a wonderful day.